We will begin the show today from the special screen event for the new docu film Ngarannam, the homecoming in Lagos, southwest Nigeria, as partners recount the survival journey of some of the victims of extremism in northeast Nigeria. Take a look.
To say the opening prayer.
Celebrities, dignitaries and film lovers gather for the world premiere of Ngarannam, The Homecoming, a documentary film that chronicles the story of internally displaced persons in the northeastern part of the country and their journey back to a home they left over a decade ago. The docu-film also captures the role of the United Nations in rebuilding the community that was sacked by the activities of the Boko Haram insurgents.
Stories like this, I've been telling them for a while, and I think that what really is important in telling these stories is that I understand, first of all, as a Nigerian filmmaker, that I have a responsibility to portray my people with dignity, regardless of the trauma that they've been through. Because I feel like, a lot of times we tend to complain about how we're portrayed, right? But the question is, what are we doing about it, And so, yes, we go to these places where we see these sometimes really terrible things. But then you also see these really strong people. I say that you can't appreciate light when there is light, right? So there has to be darkness to appreciate light. And that's the case with the people of the Northeast.
The story you saw today, there's many ways of seeing it. One, you can see poverty. Yes, but for me, the main story here is people who are refusing to let circumstances decide their future. And that is the power of the people of Ngarannam. So I am very, very amazed at how they have been resilient and gone on and restarted their life. Imagine 10 years of your life taken away and you have to go back home and restart. And that is what they have done.
I think, as an overall experience, it's really been profound. I'm very proud of what's been produced and quite encouraged to see post-occupation. Because everything we do before is an assumption. The fact is, life will happen and people will, they will appropriate spaces, they will adapt to those spaces. And so it's nice to see, there's a part in the movie, I'm not sure most of you noticed, but when the women in the compound were sitting, and they were sitting within the shade angle of the building, that will change throughout the day. But it just shows you that there's a real understanding of their space. There was a lady who has a small, she was growing something that she was watering, she's decided within her compound, she's decided to use that. Others will use theirs differently. But so it's so encouraging to see how life has taken shape.
The storyline follows the true story of a single mother of three, Ngarannam, who is an actual survivor of the marauding extremists and reflects the travails of hundreds of other families and dwellers of the community and what became of them after the attacks from insurgents.
We are a development organization. We're here at the behest of the Nigerian government, and we're supporting government initiatives. This story we wanted to tell was that with all the problems we hear, there are a lot of stories of positive action and positive renewal. And this is a story of rebuilding and renewal and hope and dignity. So we wanted to show that, especially when sometimes Nigerians can focus a lot on the things that are not going well, which is understandable. But here is a story of a lot of good things are happening as well, and a lot of Nigerians are refusing to allow their future written for them. They're writing their own futures. And the stories of Ngarannam and the people of Ngarannam is that story. They were displaced. Their houses were burned down. They were sent to IDP camps. They're back home, and they're restarting and reconnecting with home. So that is a story of hope, and that is a story of what Nigeria will be in the future. Hopeful, prosperous, and hopefully at peace.
So many people know about the insurgency, but they don't know about the people that it affects, right? And so it's really important for us to tell the story of how we got here, where we came from, and where we're going. And so this is really important for many people just to understand what's happening in the North. It's been amazing. They've all been super cooperative. They were really excited that we were there documenting their story, getting to tell their story. And so I'm really excited for them to be here tonight to finally see them on the big screen.
Last year, the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in Nigeria joined the government of Borno State, northeast Nigeria, to mark the reopening of Ngarannam village following over a decade-long insecurity and conflict with the Boko Haram insurgents.
Thank you so much for being here. Take pictures, connect, and enjoy the reception that we have prepared.